This blinking battery icon can create a ton of stress. Having to stop a recording to change the battery is a nightmare, especially in the middle of a podcast, a live stream, when recording courses or YouTube videos. This anxiety needs to stop. Let me show you a few very cool setups to power your camera for many hours so you can focus on creating instead of charging your batteries or completely running out of power. This first setup I want to show you is minimalistic, but it's very effective for long recordings without interruptions. Talking head videos like this or podcasts where you need to focus on delivering information or entertaining people without the pressure of needing to change the battery. The first essential piece of this setup is the cage because you need a frame to mount all the components. I use a Canon R6 Mark II camera, and my favorite cage is the SmallRig Black Mamba. If you have a different camera brand, no problem. I will put a link in my description to other SmallRig cages as well so you can find the right one for you. I like the Black Mamba cage because it has many threaded holes on all sides, it's very solid, lightweight, and it has 3 different mounting points to secure the camera, as well as a magnetic wrench that helps tightening the screws. Now, instead of a normal battery, you will have to use a dummy battery, and this is the one that I recommend. I have the Canon LPE6 version, and you can choose the right one depending on what camera brand do you own. But the most important part of this product is the USB-C cable, which you will need for the amazing battery that I will show you. Now, a dummy battery looks exactly like a normal camera battery, so you insert it with no problems, but to be able to close the battery door, just make sure you push out this smaller rubber protection here for the cable. Now, let me introduce you to this SmallRig battery that I purchased about a month ago, and it completely changed my setup. It looks like a normal NPF battery, but as you can see, first of all, it's bigger, and this means it will last even longer than the other ones. But the thing that made me buy it was the fact that it has USB-C and USB-A ports, which is so useful because you can plug the dummy battery directly into this USB-C port. It's one of the ways to power your camera. It also has a display that shows you the life percentage of the battery just by tapping once on the touch area. It's that simple. And the USB-C port is also used to charge the battery itself. If you stay until the end, I will provide 2 very good solutions for charging this battery as well. This 10,500 mAh battery can also charge multiple times any devices that you may have, like for example, your phone, your smartwatch, your tablet, and so on. And the fun thing about it is that you can choose from 3 different colors: black, green, and orange. I chose the black version because I like how it blends with my entire setup, but I think if I decide to buy a second one, which will probably happen, I will choose orange because orange is my favorite color. All the products from this video will be listed in my description. If you use my affiliate links, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but I earn a small commission and this will help me provide good content for you. Plus, sometimes certain products have discounts, so it's good to keep an eye on them. You'll be amazed if I tell you for how many hours I was able to record with my camera in 4K 25 FPS using this SmallRig battery. But first, there's a natural question that comes up. How do I put this battery on my camera? Because maybe I want to move freely, and keeping this battery on a table is not that safe, to be honest. And this is the solution. A battery plate from SmallRig that I also purchased a while back, having only this thing in mind. I want to be able to safely attach an NPF battery to my cage. So I chose this plate, which again is a special one because not only does it have a 7.4 and 12 volt outputs, but it also has a USB-C input and output port. This means it can power your camera through it, and you can also charge the SmallRig NPF battery using this USB-C port from the plate. It also has a button and some LEDs to check the battery percentage, which is very important and useful in case you're using classic NPF batteries that don't have a screen, for example. It has a locking mechanism here for the battery, a screw which can be easily operated by hand, by an Allen wrench or a screwdriver, and the bottom has a nice rubber on it for a good grip when you attach it on a cage. I recommend to mount the plate on the top of the cage because if you choose the right side, you will partially block the access to the SD card. The door will not open completely. Just choose a place on the top and mount the plate there because the setup will be better balanced in terms of weight. After you insert the NPF battery, you will be able to deliver power to your camera by connecting the dummy battery cable to this USB-C port, and everything should work just fine. And with this exact setup, I made a simple test, and I recorded continuously in 4K 25 FPS on the Canon R6 Mark II for 1 hour without interruptions, and the battery percentage dropped by only 8%, which is mind-blowing to me because this means you will be able to record for at least 10 hours without charging it. If you need just a simple setup with a camera, a cage, and a reliable power delivery solution for recording long podcasts, courses, YouTube videos, and events, this could be the perfect setup for you. It's clean, it's minimalistic, but this setup can become more advanced if you want. I will show you what I mean in this video. But now I have more to show you. Maybe you already have plenty of camera batteries and your type of work is photography. Or if you need to shoot video, you don't need very long recording sessions without interruptions. Maybe you film music videos or B-roll where you press record and then you stop after a few minutes, then record again, stop, and at some point you change the battery and so on. Also, maybe you're in a place where you don't have access to a power outlet to charge your batteries. This product does exactly what you need. It's from a company called Lano, and it's the only product from this video I didn't pay for. They sent it to me for free to test it out, and I specifically requested to be able to express my honest feedback on this product, and they were open about this. They agreed, and I appreciate that. I mean, this is the best way to improve products, right? To let YouTubers honestly say what they think about it. So this thing has a 2-in-1 functionality. This is why it's so cool. First of all, it can charge 2 camera batteries at the same time, but it's also a 12,400 milliamp hour power bank that delivers fast charging at 20 watts. So this device is ideal to charge your batteries on the go in just 2.5 hours. Additionally, you can use the 2 USB-C ports to charge other devices like phones, watches, tablets, and who knows what else, because the power will be delivered through a separate battery inside the product. This is why it's called a power bank. This display shows the percentage of the power bank, and after you insert the 2 batteries and close the lid, the display shows you how much power each of the 2 batteries has at the moment through these lines. And if they are blinking, it means they are charging. They are called channel 1 and channel 2, just like the text from the top. And if for some reason you want to stop the charging, you long press the button and that's it. The 2 channels will stop blinking, and after a few seconds, the device will power off automatically. And you don't need to plug it in. You can move around, have this device with you all the time in your bag, and charge other devices with it if you have a long shooting day. It also comes with a nice pouch and a long USB-C cable. And when you want to charge the device, you can use any of the 2 USB-Cs because there are both input and output ports at the same time. Now, believe it or not, I don't have any complaints after using this device for about 4 weeks now. It just works. And I think that the design is also really awesome for this device. I mean, you can clearly tell that it looks like a camera. This is the lens. This right here is the shutter button. So I think it's a great gift idea if you want to surprise your friends with a useful and special device, which has also a great design. It's a great gift for both photographers and videographers, in my opinion. You'll find the links in the description for all the available Lano chargers for different camera brands. I have the Canon LPE6 version, but there's also Sony and Fujifilm versions as well. Also, you may find a coupon code in the description, and thanks Lano for sending this product. Now, I promised a more advanced setup than the first one, so here it is. This is a great setup if you're a videographer and you need to use an external monitor for outdoor projects, but also for indoor video recording if you want to see yourself bigger on the screen. I mean, the flip-out screen of the camera is fine, of course, but we can make this setup much better. Again, the SmallRig NP-F battery will be the most important piece, and you'll understand why. It's an excellent solution for this specific setup. The dummy battery and the cage are still a must. The cage is very solid, and it will need to support more weight this time. So the next piece of gear is this SmallRig top handle with ARRI locating pins. It's very sturdy, it has a lot of mounting points, including 3 different mounts for external monitors, which is a great thing. The top handle is listed at $59 on Amazon, and I think it's a fair price, because it's a great handle. And you're right, I have many SmallRig products that I purchased on my own. That's because I think they deliver quality gear at this point in time. So I like to mount the top handle in this position on the cage and use the included magnetic Allen key to tighten up the main screw here. Atomos Shinobi. This is what I mainly use as an external monitor. I like how the image looks on it, and it has some nice tools to control the exposure. But if you want to buy it, I would recommend getting the version 2 of this monitor because it was updated with some very cool features like increased brightness and the possibility to control your camera. I will put links for both in the description so you can decide which one is a good fit for your budget. Next, I attached this adjustable mount with a cold shoe adapter to the monitor. This is also from SmallRig, and you can get it for about $25 on Amazon. Then I can attach the monitor to the top handle, secure it in place by tightening the monitor mount, and as you can see, from this point, I can adjust the monitor however I want. It's time to add the SmallRig NP-F, which is the best choice for this setup. Let me show you why. So first, there is no need for a battery plate in this case because you can attach the NP-F battery directly onto the monitor to power it, so it will stay in place safely. And here comes the best part. You can insert the dummy battery cable into the SmallRig USB-C port, and this way you will power the external monitor and the camera at the same time. The only thing to do now is to use an HDMI cable to connect the camera to the monitor, and here I can recommend some very useful optional accessories, just to make the setup safer and solid. For example, if you have a micro HDMI port on your camera, I strongly recommend this SmallRig cable clamp that attaches to the cage very easily, and it will keep the cable in place. This will make the micro HDMI port a lot more safer against possible hits. I also recommend this adapter from micro to full HDMI, which you can attach to the cage, insert the short cable into the micro HDMI port of the camera, and then tighten up the screw from the clamp to hold it in position. The benefit is that you can now use a full-size HDMI cable from this adapter to the external monitor, and it doesn't have to be long. I use a 1.6 feet or 50 centimeters HDMI cable, and I recommend this one. When you don't use an external monitor, you just simply disconnect the cable from this adapter, and that's it. This small micro HDMI cable remains in position, and you don't have to worry about it. With this exact setup, I made again the same test for 1 hour with the monitor and camera connected to the SmallRig NP-F battery, and the percentage dropped by 17%. And I assume it will take between 5 and 6 hours until the battery runs out completely, so this is very, very convenient. Now, obviously, at some point, you need to charge these high-capacity batteries, and here's what I recommend. First of all, you can use a much larger battery as a backup that you can keep in your bag or your car so that when the NP-F battery or the Llano charger run out of power, you could charge them on the go. So, let me introduce you to a power bank device, which I call the Lifesaver because it has a huge capacity of 24,000 milliamp hours with a maximum charging power of 140 watts. It's the Anker 737, and to me, this power bank is in the top 3 products that I purchased this year. It charges my iPhone, external batteries, and other devices multiple times fast. It can also charge an M1 MacBook Air 1.3 times. It has 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port. The battery percentage is visible on the display, and it even shows you the charging power in that specific moment and for how long the power bank will last in those charging conditions. And because it has a higher voltage than the SmallRig NP-F battery and the Llano power bank, it can charge them with no issues. It also comes with a nice carrying pouch and a USB cable, and I think we all have to recognize the beautiful design of this product. It looks very, very nice. It's not longer than an iPhone with a case on it, but it's definitely bulkier. The Anker 737 is selling on Amazon for $150, but looks like right now it's discounted and it's only $106. Pretty good price if you ask me. The other option to charge the NP-F battery and the Llano power bank is to use a wall charger, of course. I can definitely recommend anything from Anker like this 47-watt charger with 2 USB-C ports. I'm using this constantly and I'm really happy with it. It costs $30 right now. Or if you can afford to spend just a little more, for $40 you can choose this one from Ugreen that can charge with a maximum of 65 watts and it has 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A ports. I think this is a very good option if you want a wall charger. I would be more than happy if you can leave a comment and tell me which of these setups or products would fit your specific needs. All the links are in the description, and I hope all these setups are valuable to you and will really improve your workflow. I'm Christy. Catch you in the next one.